Tesla's faster. Literally nobody cares. Hey guys, today we're in a Porsche 911 GT3, the 991.2 generation, finished in Carmine Red. This car is for sale here at European Exotic Center. Most importantly, this is fitted with a 6-speed manual transmission. Porsche, I believe, is the last company to still be making manual sports cars. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've reviewed a handful of Porsches on the channel, and they're just such fantastic cars. I mean, the feeling you get behind the wheel is sort of unmatched. This one's fitted with a Soul performance exhaust. Sounds impeccable. Very highly optioned car as a whole. Let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. These cars do have an option where you can open and close the exhaust valves. I'm gonna keep mine open. Sport mode on, because that's what you do in the GT3. Starting off, we have a 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 at the rear, 500 horsepower. 0 to 60 with the manual is about 3.5 seconds. I think with the PDK, it's around 3 seconds. Top speed is 198 miles an hour. Downshift. Oh. Clutch is super light. Oh, you just don't want it to. Revs to 9,000 RPM, and it just keeps going for eternity. I mean, look at that. Just, oh my God, just telepathic steering. Barely turning the wheel. Could you drive this every day? Sure. I mean, it's a manual, so you gotta keep that in mind, but say you got the PDK, yeah, absolutely, I don't see why not. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit firmer than a standard 911, of course, you're gonna feel that, but it ain't that bad. I mean, unless you live in, like, Madagascar.
Sorry, Patrick.
Ooh, sounds so good. And it's a car that you can just enjoy it at like 4,000 and 5,000 RPM and not have to be going at prison speeds. And it is quick. I mean, you might not think that 500 horsepower nowadays is impressive, because it is not, but that's not what this car is all about. Nobody's buying a GT3 for outright speed. Porsches are, I think, some of the easiest manual cars to drive. It does have the auto rev matching feature as well. Some people might not like that. I don't know if you can turn it off or not. I'm gonna keep it on. I'm not Chris Harris. It does have electric power steering as well, which, I mean, it's honestly, it's the best electric power steering in the business. Very well balanced, very confidence inspiring, which you don't want to get too carried away. But these are not cars that will really sneak up on you like, say, a McLaren 720S. And because the engine's sitting over the rear wheels, there is a ton of grip in the corners. You get Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, carbon ceramic brakes as well. I mean, this has to be like top 5 best sounding cars on the market currently. Just the best thing ever. Oh my God, dude. My Tesla's faster. Literally nobody cares. There's a reason people are still buying these cars, knowing that. Everybody knows that a Tesla Model 3 is going to be faster, 0 to 60. They're well aware of that. There's more to cars than 0 to 60, all right? Unless you're 12. Unless you're some kid on TikTok with that like default alien character as your profile photo. The feeling you get behind the wheel of, I mean, really just any Porsche, but the GT3 is especially, there's so much reassurance and sort of confidence behind the wheel, because it feels so well made and so well put together that you just feel like you're on top of the world. You know, there are some other exotics that are flashier, faster, louder, just more exotic, but when you're behind the wheel, you can't help but think, okay, that panel gap is kind of off. There's some creaking there, little things like that. This does not feel like that. It just feels so well put together. It's like an engineering marvel. And I always tell this to customers, as a working sports car, just all around package, Porsches are the best. And of course, being a Porsche, the cabin is incredibly spacious and familiar. So if you're used to your standard 911 or even a Cayman, it's gonna feel the same. It's spacious, tons of headroom, and honestly, visibility is fantastic. That was 5,500 RPM. I had a long way to go. And the grip is astronomical. That rear wing is like the perfect size as well. It adds 340 pounds of downforce at legal speeds. And this Soul exhaust sounds incredible. Stock exhaust already sounds lovely, but at this, I mean, and it's not too much. I mean, I'm taking these corners at crazy speeds right now. This is, oh my God, dude. Just so dialed. If there's one word to describe this car, it's dialed. So again, this is the .2 generation of the 991, and so therefore, compared to the first gen, it has 25 more horsepower, slight facelift, and rear butt lift. A revised transmission if you're getting the PDK. The .1 was not available with a manual. Again, I'll go back to this being a manual. This right here is special. When you have all of these car makers going to smaller displacement engines, you know, V6s, twin turbos, dual clutch automatics, or if they're an EV, just nothing. The fact that they are like, you know what, no, we're not gonna cave to that. We'll still dabble in that. We still have cars for that. But for the true enthusiasts, we're still gonna make them happy. You can get the automatic, but let's offer a manual. So just offer it. Why is that so hard? Why is the new Corvette not offer a manual? Just offer it. People will buy that. To have 3 pedals and a stick in 2023 is remarkable. And we should not take it for granted because it might end at some point. It probably will. I say it all the time, and I apologize for any avid viewers of my channel. You know what I'm about to say? It has the perfect amount of power for the street. It's all you need. You don't need more than this. And this being a Porsche, you're not gonna be bombarded with attention. I mean, you'll get some attention from like genuine car people that are like, oh my God, GT3, because people salivate over these cars on social media and everything. You see it all over the place. But from like a non-car person perspective, I mean, they'll say, oh, it's a nice red sports car. You'll blend in a bit more, which if you're going for that, is a positive. But even still, there are hints of that classic supercar craziness that you associate with Lambo and McLaren. For example, those rear carbon intakes, those look amazing. I mean, it reminds me of like a Diablo GT or something, or like a Diablo SE30. Instant throttle response. Very predictable. Nothing's gonna be sneaking up on you. I do think the best angle on this car is the rear, like the rear 3/4 angle. Carmine Red, it's a color that initially I was kind of iffy on. A darker shade of red that you're not used to seeing. Over some time, I'm starting to like it a lot. With the yellow accents, slight McDonald's vibes, but then you get a Bose sound system. The GT3 is a car that I feel like everybody respects. If you're a car guy and you see a GT3 and you know maybe you have a Huracan, let's say, or a 488, and you see a guy in a GT3, and while it's not the car that you wanted, you respect him. And that nice subtle kind of mutual respect, I suppose. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.